White House insider from Omarosa era denies Trump had tanning bed installed. Trump's big league tan is all natural. That's the message the president's inner circle is sending after former aide Omarosa Manigault-Newman claimed he had a tanning bed installed in the White House residence. In her spicy tell-all book slated for release on Tuesday, the one-time Apprentice contestant wrote that not only does the cosmetic contraption occupy space at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, but Trump caused a stink when he demanded one. The Washington Post reported Friday that Omarosa fought about the appliance with Angela Reed, then the White House's chief usher, a title held by the chief of the household staff. Reed was dismissed in early May 2017, narrowing the time frame in which the story could have unfolded. But a former White House official employed in the West Wing during those months told DailyMail.com on Friday that it never happened. "Are you kidding me?" asked one former aide who worked alongside Omarosa. If that were true, he would have tweeted about it by now and challenged Putin to get one. The source called the outspoken aide Ponderosa, confirming that the derisive nickname is a combination of her name and the word ponderous. Separately, a current senior White House official told a New York Magazine reporter that there is no tanning bed in there, and there has never been any request for one. Pushing back against Omarosa's book, Unhinged, quickly became a Washington, D.C. parlor game on Friday. In some cases the author hasn't helped her cause. She writes that 3 people had told her they were aware of the existence of a recording, an outtake from The Apprentice in which Trump was caught on a hot mic using the N-word. But Friday afternoon she told NPR that she herself heard the racial slur, and challenged a reporter to read her words more closely. "I heard the tape," she said in the radio interview. But the book describes her hearing about it on the phone from a person she doesn't name. "On this phone conversation, I was told exactly what Donald Trump said, yes, the N-word and others in a classic Trump goes nuclear rant, and when he'd said them. For over a year I'd been so afraid of hearing the specifics from someone who'd been in the room," Omarosa writes. "Hearing the truth freed me from that fear. And only now that it's gone, do I realize just how heavy it's been." Noted pollster Frank Luntz debunked a different passage in Unhinged where Omarosa claims she was told he had personally heard the rumored Trump N-word audio. I'm in at Omarosa's book on page 149. She claims to have heard from someone who heard from me that I heard Trump use the N-word, Luntz wrote. Not only is this flat-out false, I've never heard such a thing, but Omarosa didn't even make an effort to call or email me to verify. Very shoddy work. Luntz continued, "It seems like certain book publishers these days care more about getting a release out than getting the facts down. This is why people don't trust these exposes, which is especially bad for authors who actually are good and reliable." Omarosa, who launched her famous for being famous career on the strength of her pugnacious persona on The Apprentice, became an outspoken Trump critic only after she left her spokeswoman job at the White House's Office of Public Liaison. She landed a 7-figure book deal this year. Elsewhere in the 368-page memoir, she claims she personally heard the president use 2 different trace epithets to describe senior aide Kellyanne Conway's husband George, who is half Filipino. Would you look at this George Conway article? She quotes Trump as saying, according to The Guardian, "Effing flip. Disloyal. Effing goo-goo." Mr. Conway dismissed the story as absurd. The allegation is not credible, and indeed is ridiculous, particularly in light of the timing of her departure from the White House, December 12, 2017. "It's absurd all around," he wrote Friday morning. It wasn't until months later that he emerged as a steadfast and reliable Trump critic on Twitter despite his wife's loyalty and devotion to the president. Among the other odd claims in Unhinged is Omarosa's insistence that presidential daughter-in-law Laura Trump offered her a $15,000 per month campaign job when she left the White House, which carried a parallel agreement not to talk publicly about Trump. Omarosa describes that as a bid to silence her, but presidential campaign jobs typically come with such strings attached. And she says she once saw the president chewing up a piece of paper after a meeting with lawyer Michael Cohen.